So welcome back student, we have been learning the lesson number 4th of history of standard 8 entitled as the freedom struggle of 1857. In the first part we have already seen the struggle before 1857 as well as the struggle of the tribes like Umaji Naik that who has collected the many bills and revolted against the British, as well as the causes for the struggle of 1857, various causes, economic causes, social causes, political causes, the discontent among the Indian soldiers, immediate cause, the outburst. So now next part we are going to study the scope of the struggle now. So let us have a look. The self-confidence of the sepoys increased with the capture of Delhi. When the Indian sepoys captured Delhi, they got the confidence that they can do it. So here lies Delhi. It also gave inspiration to other soldiers. The revolt soon spread in North India. Here we have a map before us, the freedom struggle of India. The revolt centers are shown, and you can easily observe that it is only the north part of India, that is the North India, much influenced by the revolts, except the South India. So if you draw a line here, we can easily find it here, the difference. Mostly centers are in North India, so South India parts remain aloof. It did not participate much as expected. So the revolt soon spread in the North India. The Indian soldiers revolted in cantonments from Bihar to Rajputana cantonments. Here lies the Bihar to Rajputana. From here to here all the cantonments. The revolt spread in Lucknow, Allahabad, Kanpur, Banaras. So here are the cities: Allahabad, Lucknow, Kanpur, Bareilly, Banaras, Bareilly and Jhansi, MP in Madhya Pradesh. See, in Madhya Pradesh you can find it. Later it spread to the South India. In the revolt, Chhatrapati Pratap Singh of Satara. Where is Satara? So here it is. Chhatrapati Pratap Singh of Satara and his officers Rangu Bapuji. Then Chima Sahib of Kolhapur. Here lies the Kolhapur. Chima Sahib of Kolhapur. Bala Sahib Bhave of Nargund. Bhagoji Naik of Ahmednagar. Here is the Nargund, Ahmednagar. Bhagoji Naik of Ahmednagar were in the forefront. That means they were taking the lead. Royal Queen of Pet Surgana from Nasik district. The Nasik district. So here from who? The Royal Queens of Pet Surgana from Nasik district also participated in the struggle of 1857. Under the leadership of Kajar Singh, the Bhils revolted, whereas Shankar Shah led the revolt in Satpura region. So this is called the Satpura region. Okay, this whole one. So here the Satpura region. 400 female Bhils participated in the revolt of Khandesh. So these are the features of the revolt and the scope of the revolt, where this revolt spread. We can find it in the North India. It has a wide scope compared to the South India, and the leaders, those who participated from the different regions, are shown. Their names are given. You better keep in mind those names as well as the places. Next point: leadership of the struggle. Now, during the 18th century CA, after the weakening of Mughal Empire, invaders like Nadir Shah Abdali attacked India. So here the week of Nadir Shah Abdali. You might have seen the new movie that was released before 2 years, Panipat. Right. So in that movie it is shown how the Abdali has invaded India and how Marathas fought with them and lost the battle. So after the weakening of Mughal Empire was totally weakened, okay, till that period, and Nadir Shah Abdali, considering this point, he attacked India The Marathas understood that Mughal Empire cannot react to these foreign invasions. As he came from foreign, that means he came from Afghanistan. Okay, nearby country of India. He came from Afghanistan to India to conquer India, and Mughals were already ruling India but they were not that much capable of fighting with the Abdalis. So Maratha, those who are the native from India, especially Maharashtra, they decided to fight against the Ahmad Shah Abdali and took up the responsibility of safeguarding the India. The Maratha fought against Abdali at Panipat. For the same reason, in the freedom struggle of 1857, the descendant of Mughals, that is Bahadur Shah Zafar, was incapable of fighting against the British, as he has taken the leadership of the total revolt of 1857, but he was incapable of handling the revolt and fighting against the British. Understanding the condition, Nana Sahib Peshwa, Rani Laxmibai of Jhansi, and Tatya Tope took up the charge of freedom struggle of 1857. So here is the pic: Rani Laxmibai of Jhansi, Tatya Tope, and Nana Sahib Peshwa. He took up the charge. Its effect could be seen on the Hindu-Muslim unity in this struggle. So one of the most important feature of the struggle is here all Hindu and all Muslims, they came together and fought against the Britishers. Here we did not find the religious quarrels. All came together considering only one goal, that is they have to drive away the Britishers and win the battle. Maulavi Ahmad Allah, then Kunwar Singh, here is the pic of Kunwar Singh. Mughal commander Bakht Khan, Begum Hazrat Mahal led the revolt in various regions. The nature of revolt in Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi, West Bihar was more fierce. So these are the places where we can find the most impact of the revolt. Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow. Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, that is currently in UP, Uttar Pradesh, Jhansi in Madhya Pradesh, and West Bihar was more fierce. Next point, crushing of the struggle, how the struggle is crushed, that is destroyed. The Indians wholeheartedly fought against the British, including soldiers, zamindars, king, commanders, and common people. All people of the whole society of all strata, they came together to fight against the Britishers. They were soldiers, zamindars, kings, common people, commanders. The Indian sepoys started the freedom struggle before the fixed time. This is the mistake actually. The Indian sepoys started the freedom struggle before fixed time. The date was actually fixed, but before that particular date, the Indian sepoys started it. So initially they succeeded, but military strength and administration of British rule was vast. The British crushed down the struggle by all means. We know the Britishers were very advanced in their techniques. They were heavily advanced gun, advanced rifles, good strategy, good means of communication, advanced means of communication. Therefore, they were getting the update information of the revolts, where it is happening, who is doing so, and they were very fast to crush it. So British crushed down the struggle by all means. Here all means by the power, with the help of power they crushed, with the help of wit they crushed, with the help of people they crushed, with the help of money they crushed, even with the help of conspiracy or by planning conspiracy they also crushed down the revolts. That means all means, with all ways. The British made a quick recovery and within next 6 months regained the lost territories. So due to their quick movement, they all got the lost part and territories again. Rani Laxmibai, Kunwar Singh, Ahmadullah led their lives. They have to sacrifice their lives. Bahadur Shah Zafar was imprisoned at Rangoon. Now Rangoon, the name is changed. Currently the name is changed as Yangon. It is in Myanmar. nearby country of India. So it is in Myanmar, keep in mind. Nana Sahib and Begum Hazrat Mahal took shelter in Nepal. Tata Tope fought for next 10 months against the British, but due to the betrayal he was caught and hanged to death. In this way, by the end of 1858, the British ruthlessly crushed down the struggle. Now, even though the struggle began with the discontent among the Indian soldiers, but later the peasants, that is farmers, artisan, common people, tribes came together to fight against the British. Here that means all the people from the society, common people, the tribes, artist people, even the common people, farmers, they all came together to fight against the Britishers. They have only one aim, to drive away the Britishers and to crush the revolt. In this rebellion, Hindu, Muslims stood up with a great force. So these are the features of the revolt. All came together, even though they did not look, they did not make any classification based on the religion, occupation. Their common aim was overthrowing the British from India. So there was an inspiration of gaining independence behind the struggle, and therefore this freedom struggle gained a national form. So in this way it becomes a very national and vast at national level. Now let us look at the causes of failure of the struggle. What were the causes of the failure of the struggle? Here are we, the causes of the failure of the struggle. Let us understand why the struggle failed, why it is unsuccessful, what are the reasons. Number one, the struggle was not comprehensive. It was not comprehensive, that means all people did not participate. How? Let us look. The struggle did not take place simultaneously all over India. It has to start at the one time in India. So that did not happen. It started before the fixed date. Before the fixed period it started. Therefore, all people suddenly could not come together to fight against the Britishers. Its intensity was more severe in North India. So, as we seen in the map, the main centers are in North India, not in South India. But Rajputana, Punjab, and some parts of Bengal and Northwest India remained aloof. The Northeast India, that is Seven Sisters, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Sikkim, so this part, it remained aloof, it did not participate. Okay, even the Rajputana kings, some Punjab and some parts of Bengal, they did not participate, they did not give their support to the struggle, they were just keep watching, remain neutral. Second point, lack of central leadership. Here, what the lack of central leadership? There was no commonly accepted leader to fight against the British. Now, due to this, there was no uniformity in the struggle against the British. Only the Bahadur Shah Zafar took the total charge of the revolt, but he was a very old person by the age, and he did not plan in that much. He could not plan it properly, and he was being old person. He could not give the inspiration and the spirit to the other Indians. Next, most of the feudatory princes remained aloof. So just as the common people suffered due to the British rule, similarly the princes also were suffering, but except a few others remained faithful to the British. That means few princes, they remained faithful or loyal to the British. They were with the Britishers, not with the Indians. Therefore, they did not participate in the struggle. Lack of military tactic. The Indian soldiers were brave but did not use tactics, that the proper strategies. They captured Delhi but could not retain it. They captured but they could not hold the Delhi. Similarly, the Indian rebel had limited arm supply. We did not have arm supply. Okay, that is also main reason. The British had economic strength, disciplined army, enough stock of latest arms, weapons, experienced army generals. Since the transport and communication was in the hands of British, that is what postal system they started, even the train they started, so they have good means of communication. Their movement were very swift and fast. Due to this, the Indian sepoys could not succeed. Wars are fought not only based on bravery but also through military strategy. So only we have courage and we are brave and we can fight it. It did not happen. We also need to have other things with us. That is good plan, strategy, armed and very trained people, good techniques, tactics, everything we need. So that was lacking. International situation favorable for Britishers. The Crimean War with Russia was just over. The British won the war, that Crimean War that was won by the Britishers. They had trade relations with different countries in the world. The naval strength of British was vast, that is naval strength, that is navy. That was also good and vast, whereas the Indian rebels were isolated. So we were isolated by these all things and Britishers were advanced in these things. Now let us understand the consequences of the freedom struggle. End of rule of East India Company. Now what are the effects of this struggle that we are going to look? So here just have a look some few causes of failure of the revolt. It is just localized, only North India participated. Poorly organized army. The British had better resources than the rebels. Feudal in character. Leaders lacked military skills. No unity. The native princes did not join the revolt. These are the few causes of failure of the struggle. Now let us understand what is the effect of this 1857 revolt on Britishers. What is the impact and consequences? Now due to the company rule, there was a growing dissatisfaction among the Indian and the British rule had to face the struggle of 1857. So due to the dissatisfaction in the minds of Indian people, the struggle happened. It forced the British Parliament to end the rule of the company and instead take over the responsibility of the ruling over the people of India through the Government of India Act 1858. That means England government passed the one act called as Government of India Act 1858, under which the government started taking care of the Indian people. They started looking after the Indian people and the end of company rule. The Governor General was now designated as the Viceroy of India. The Governor General, that post, that was designation that was cancelled and new post is created, that is Viceroy of India. Lord Canning happened to be the last Governor General and the first Viceroy of India. There was a person, that is Lord Canning. He was the last Governor General and as the new post created Viceroy, so he became the new Viceroy of India. As a new post called Secretary of State was created in the British government to look after the affairs of India. New post called Secretary of State that was elected in British Parliament and he was looking after the government running in British rule India. End of company rule, end of Mughal dynasty as well. The policy of befriending the princely states, befriending the princely states. The friendship was done with the princely states. Reorganization of Indian army also done. In reorganization, that important places only the Britishers were kept and Indians were giving the places where the revolt could not happen. And the major post that was not given to the Indian sepoys. Renew the trust on divide and rule. So this strategy also again started, divide the people and rule. And start of Kalapani, that is transportation of freedom fighters to Andaman Island. Andaman and Nicobar Island where Veer Swatantra Savarkar was kept, Kalapani. So Andaman Island, so that was started. Queen's proclamation, that is his manifesto, what she declared. So let us see. Queen Victoria of England issued a declaration addressing the people of India. So this is for the people of India. All Indians are our progeny. That is, all Indians are very much important to us. Now, henceforth, they will not be discriminated on the basis of race, religion, caste, or birthplace. So, here what the Britisher says, no Indian will be discriminated on the basis of his or her race, religion, caste, and birthplace. All are equal in this sense. Government services will be given on merit. Okay, if they are qualified, if they deserve, then merit, the government services will be given to them. There will be no interference in religious affairs. That means Britishers will not interfere in the religious matters of the Indian. It was made clear that the British Crown will honor all treaties and agreements made by the company with the rulers of princely states, and so princely state will be annexed henceforth. Okay, that means here company, the British Crown here means the British Queen now will honor all the treaties and agreements made by the company with the rulers of princely states. All the agreements which are made, that will be followed very properly. No discrimination will take place. So this is what she has proclaimed in his proclamation. She has declared. That means all will be same, no interference. No interference of Britishers will happen in Indian people's social and cultural and religious life. All are equal. This is what she said, just to make the people calm and quiet, and just to feel them safe. Change in the composition of army. The proportion of British soldiers was increased in army. So there is a decrease of Indian sepoy, and there is more increase. The number of soldiers or the number of British soldiers are increased in the army. English officers were placed at strategic locations at important, that means at the important place and important locations only English officers were placed. Artillery was kept exclusively in the hands of the British. Most of the artilleries, machine, bomb shells, guns, that was kept in the hands of Britishers. There was a division of military on the basis of caste. Proper care was taken to avoid Indians to unite and rebel again against the Britishers. Last point, change in policy. The British accepted the policy of non-interference in social and religious aspects of Indians. So at last Britishers decided not to interfere in the social and religious aspects of the Indians, so remain aloof. They also started taking care that the Indian society will not be united on social grounds. So they started avoiding Indians to unite. Even they saw to it that there will be a constant conflicts on the grounds of caste, religion, race, and territory. So they tried that Indians should fight on the base of caste, religion, race, and territory. This is what they started. They adopted the policy of polluting the minds of Indians by following the divide and rule policy. So what they thought? Divide people and rule. So this policy started by them. Now, due to the freedom struggle of 1857, the Indians felt of giving the united fight against the British rule. The freedom struggle of 1857 became an inspiration of Indian freedom movement. So in this way, the lesson is over.